What we're talking about, what we're trying to bring to, to our people and also look for a way to go about it is what you are saying, what you're talking about has been done by our fathers, our forefathers. They have been trying to harmonize the people politically. Create states, look for this and that. But what the young minds out there who has found the potency of social media is trying to do is raise awareness, support, to begin to use traditional institutions, cultural, uh, 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 cultural means to identify their kith and kins and come together because politics, you say, is a game of number, a separate entity, a separate ethnic nationality on their own. And okay, let's say if we start to balkanize like that, like I said, I am an Iswama, and the Ikwere is there trying to have an Ikwere ethnicity, and the Ungwaman is no, he's saying that no, I don't want the issue with the Igbo people. They are troublesome. I want to be Ungwa and pursue an Ungwa ethnicity, and then Doki is out there pursuing an Ndoki ethnicity, and the MB say is that we are all destroyed by this. Now, what happens when we come together? When we begin to promote that which we have in common, like the Omu institution, I think it's a very revered tool that can be used for this. Maybe we've not seen it in that light that we can use, but Omu can be the institution who not just leading the women of Anioma, but the entire women. The entire the Igbo can actually come in one synergy with the Omu as the head of every Igbo women and markets. Yes, it can be promoted because we are not trying to use the same energy, the same format, the same formula that have been used by our fathers, our forefathers that has not worked. We, the young youths, we want to use this social media because one thing about social media, it triggered, you saw what happened in NSAS. We all read your writing, your write up. In support of how the youth should embrace the police. Which without the police, the society will be in collapse and in shambles. That is social media. You are using it now. Some recent time ago, the stool was in some Dabaku with the Ugwani. It is the social media that brought this to light, and many people, I can tell you, many people in the hinterland sees the Omu stool as something that should be promoted, and that is social media. Nobody reads the print no more. So now, how can we use this particular powerful source, social media, to begin to bring the people to see another line, another light with culture? The people of Okpanam has this same thing. Okay, here we have the kola nut. We do the traditional breaking of kola nut with the prayers, the 4 market days, aka Oria for Unkwo. It is like this in every Igbo community. Let's begin to use this. That is why we are here. The Unify Igbo project. To speak with you, to use your goods tool, to begin to canvas, galvanize this support for let an Okpanam man knows that he has a kith and kin in the East. Yes, because I keep repeating it. I am an Iswama. There are the Ikas, there are the Oshimilis, and everywhere. Let's begin to talk about this unification using the cultural means. Offer is no longer being viable. I put you for now. Yeah, and that is it. All right, beautiful people. It's your boy again, the X to the T and the YPE, the extra talented young progressive entrepreneur, the RAB refinable boy SBGC, Street Boy Gone Classic, and I'm repping Environment TV, bringing you vibes from the streets. Well, I promised you from the inception of this particular project, that I will do what is necessary. I will meet, I will galvanize support, and I will definitely go further in the unifying of the Igbo people. And today, this particular determination has led me to this prestigious palace of the Omu Anioma, the Noha of Okpanam, in the person of Obimata Dunkwu. The Omo institution is such a unique one that has never been found in the whole of the African continent, and this happens to be the blessing and also a kind of institution, a respectable one for the Igbo people, because the people of Africa has been tagged to be against the woman emancipation, but the institution, the Omu, has proven this to be untrue, because in Africa lies the power for women. And to bring it home, to cap it all, the Igbo people, whom in the rest of the African sub-Saharan region has a unique culture. The Omu institution in Alibo. Can the Omu institution be used as a unifying factor? Because a lot of people has in the past said that the Igbo man suppresses his woman. But here in the Omu Palace, we are seeing a different thing, because this is a woman who has so much importance in the land. First of all, her soul is more of 70% spiritual and 30% of administrative works. She takes care of the land, she takes care of the market, and she brings woman and child together. So we are here in the palace of Omu Anioma, the Noha, to meet with the prestigious woman who God has chosen to lead her people out of bondage. Obimata Dunkwu. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I mean, when I found myself to this palace, I mean, something came into me, because before now, several years ago, I never knew that I was going to become a travel journalist to this point that I will meet you, because I have read about you, I have watched your interviews, I've watched your seminars, and there's something about you that I can't place it. You no, I mean, I must be frank with you, because I liken you to the throne of England, which some few months ago we lost Her Majesty. You are a majesty, Her Royal Majesty, and to us, this is the closest we can get to royal, where women actually sit and delegate and take care of an entire society. So to us, to me in particular, it's much more than coming to meet a royalty. It's more than that. Thank you, ma. Thank you again.
And I thank you too.
All right. The
Yes.
Omu institution. It's never been found in anywhere in Igbo land. Tell us about this institution.
I became the Omo almost 21 years ago. And when I became the Omo, I decided to research. Having lived in England and America, I saw the way the white people protect their own jealously, promote it. And so I came back of my own free will. I was determined to promote, to project, and to propagate our values, our tradition, our culture. Because God created people all over the world and gave each one their culture, their values, their religion. Like the Indians, they have theirs. The Japanese. It's only the black man that despises his own. Black people. We have forgotten where we are coming from, where we are, and where we want to go. So I was determined to come back and contribute my compulsory quota to our development as a people. So when I became the Omo, I decided to research. I went to the University of Benin. Fortunately, our son there, Professor E.A.C. Mwanze, then was the vice chancellor. And so he was able to set up a team in the anthropology and sociology departments to research. And then I went on ground from town to town, speaking to our people in our dialects. And it was good I did it because those old men, they have all died off. We didn't pass oral history to the next generation. Our forefathers were women friendly. That's why they created the Omo institution. This year, the Omo institution is 822 years old. And women inclusion started in the Western world only a little over 100 years ago, showing that our forefathers were women friendly. They wanted to harness the potentials of women. They saw women as complements. But the modern Igbo man sees woman as competition. That's why you have the crisis. If they had continued with the way our forefathers kept it, as compliments, because a man is a man and a woman is a woman, and man is first, woman is second. There was no equality yesterday. There is no equality today. There will never be equality tomorrow because there has to be order. The man is the head of the home. And so if we do anything to tilt that order, you will have chaos. So our forefathers saw women as complements, saw women as beautiful, saw women as having potentials. And so they created in Anioma. There is nowhere you have this institution in Africa except here in Anioma, in Delta States, where our forefathers decreed that every town must have a traditional ruler who is in charge of the men, the land, because he's a man. So man is first. He's in charge of the man, the men, the male youths. And that the Omutu will also be crowned. The Omu is the mother, while the traditional ruler is the father. So the Omu is the mother. Her job is 70% spiritual, to continue to pray for the town. Prayer for morning, afternoon, evening. That's why I had to go back to traditional religion, the religion of our forefathers, in order to be able to do the work properly. After all, the Indians have their own religion. The Japanese have their own. They didn't despise it. So why should I despise what our forefathers gave to us? God gave it to our forefathers, and they passed it down to us. So they decreed that the Omo will have a palace. We have our own chiefs. The traditional ruler will have his own palace and his own chiefs. However, the chiefs of the traditional ruler are superior because man is first. The Omo is in charge of the markets. She is leader of the women. More importantly, they made the Omo the spiritual guide to the community. And I was wondering, why should wise old men who created this institution, by the way, this institution was created by men and is managed by men till today. No woman is ever involved in who becomes the Omo, how you become the Omo. It is our forefathers, few elders, who speak to God through the ancestors, reveal who the Omo will be. No woman is ever involved. And I want it to remain that way. Because if it has lasted 822 years, it will be foolhardy to say, go and start consulting a woman. No, I want it to remain that way.
Okay. Your Majesty, thank you for this exposition. Okay. Now coming back, this is Okpanam. Okpanam is a town that, when it's the name rings a bell in the mind of every uh, Igbo man, even across the Niger. Um, please tell us the relationship with Okpanam and the rest of the Igbo people.
The first thing I must tell you is that Okpanam is indelible in the history of Nigeria. Indelible. There is no Nigerian history that is written without Okpanam because of Major Patrick Chukwuma Kaduna Nzogu, who tried to change the nation through the barrel of the gun. His name is indelible. So when you mention Nzogu, you must mention Okpanam and Anioma and Igbo land. So the connection is there.
Okay. This particular history has really led to a lot of the Igbonization of the people, of the, I mean, talking about the rivers Igbos and the western Igbos. What can you tell us about this?
I think the problem our brothers and sisters in the southeast are having. Look at English people left England and went to another land and called themselves Australians because they are not in the hinterland anymore. Another set of English people left and went to another land and called themselves New Zealand. Another set left and went to America and called it the New Land, which is America, because they are now not in the hinterland. When they have moved from the mainland to somewhere else, they are also mixing with other people. There are complexities. Anioma people, some of us, our origin is from the east. Some Anioma people, their origin is from Igala. Some Anioma people, their origin is from Benin. Some from Yoruba land. And for the reason that some of us have different roots, our leaders in the past 60, 70 years came up with the word Anioma. The A is Aniocha. The N is Indokwa. The I is Eka. The O is Oshimili. Rounding it up with MA, Anioma, the good land. Our elders try to fuse our people since we are from different areas and forming one people. The same thing with our people in River State. They have left the hinterland. What our brothers do not know is that the people of Ikwere, for example, they're in River State and they're living with other people and they're having challenges there. We are also here in Delta State. We're living with the Urubos, we're living with the Chekiris, we're living with the Jos. We're also having our own peculiar challenges. So when the motherland refuses to see that those who left are having challenges, then something is wrong with that. Because they have to appreciate the fact that we have left the hinterland, that we are now with other people. We're also having our own challenges here, not to be swallowed. Again, the motherland, which is the southeast, have not stabilized the southeast. Because you can't be saying Anioma is part of the Igbo land, Ikwere, Ndoni, they're all part of the Igbo land. But the centerpiece of the Igbo land is the southeast. That is the core of the Igbo land. And the core of the Igbo land is having crisis. So you must solve your own crisis before you come and help those who have left to solve their own, so you can become one truly. So when you have the crisis in the southeast of one not investing in the southeast, who will build the southeast for you? Worldwide, everybody is developing their place. Americans, they are developing their own country. You see Americans, they don't go on holidays in Europe. They go from one part of America to another one to make sure that they grow as a people, they develop. You go to Europe, they are all doing everything to protect their own, to invest in their land. But the problem is that our people in the southeast are everywhere. They're in South Korea, North Korea, everywhere. They're like air. And what is happening in the southeast? Desolate. The southeast is desolate. The investment of the Igbo man is all over Nigeria. And when there is crisis, they are panicking. Because you are now slave in another land where you have invested. You are slave to the other people. You are investing in Kano. You are investing in Kaduna. You are investing in Zaria. You are investing in Lagos. Igbo people have now finished buying up Lagos. They are now in Ogun State. You know what? They are buying swamps in Ogun State and filling it and building houses and industry. What has happened to the land of your birth? What has happened to the land of your forefathers? What has happened to the land of your ancestors? What has happened to the land God Almighty gave to you as an Igbo man? The land is empty because you have decided to go and industrialize another man's land. So you cannot carry elephants on your head and be looking for cricket on the ground. If the Igbo man brings 1/3 of his investment in the whole of Nigeria and take it back to the east, the whole world will be running to the east. Nigeria will be running to the east. Politically, the Igbo man is almost irrelevant because Abga is not able to hold the 5 eastern states the way Tinubu has been able to manage to hold the western states. Understand that in the world, I saw it in England and I saw it in America. The world accepts you at your estimate of yourself. If you are irrelevant, the world will not speak to you. In politics, what are you bringing to the table? What is the Igbo man bringing to the table? Tinubu has almost taken all the southwestern states in his kitty. And in the north, you have a coalition of the old CPC and the ANPP. Do you know they are still having their meetings in case APC collapses? So what has the Igbo man brought into this equation, political equation called Nigeria? Nothing. The Igbo man is buyable. So they go and buy the Igbo man and disorganize the Igbo man because he has allowed himself to be disorganized by not putting his house in order. 50 years after the war, we cannot continue to say the northern man is doing us. The Yoruba man is doing us. You must take your destiny in your own hand. The Igbo man is the one single human being in Nigeria who can turn nothing into something. God has given him that talent. He can come and turn sand into something. And it will start germinating. But you know what? When they say the Igbo man is industrious, I'm seeing it differently. The industry is in another man's land. So I say to our people in the East, and including some of us in Anioma, you are slavishly industrious. Slaving for another man. Building your industries in Lagos, in Ogun State, all over the north, and living your own father's land. So I want to say to our people, the mainland, the core of the Igbo land, to put their house in order. That's what I have for them. And then you have the issue of population. Election has come now. Kano alone will bring millions. And the whole of the 5 eastern states will not even have enough votes as just one state in the north. And the world is governed by population. Wealth of the world is shared. Go to America. If you want to become the president of America, you have to visit California many times because of the votes you will get from there. You have to visit Texas many times. You have to visit Florida many times because once you have these 3 states, you're almost there. Where is the population of the Igbo man? Why is the Igbo man not having more children? What we are saying now is not a sentimental issue. It is a fundamental issue. The Igbo people, both east and west way of the Niger, they have that problem. They are not increasing their population. And so when it's election time, you are the mercy of the southwest and the north. So you see these two minuses. One is investment. What is driving you from your father's land? Why can't you invest in your father's land? Is there any problem? God gave us this land. God gave the Igbo man the land to develop it for the good of the young people and generations unborn, so that they can live purposeful lives. Are we not supposed to build foundation for our young people? Is that not our duty? To lay a strong, solid foundation that will not go with the winds, so that they can live properly in this competitive and complex world where the mantra is survival of the fittest and me, myself, and I. So if we are not investing in Igbo land, east or west of the Niger, if we are not increasing our population, if we are not loving ourselves and helping each other, well, by the way, what does it cost to love and be loved? Does it cost anything? What does it cost the Igbo man, whether east and west of the Niger, to love each other? Nothing. But the Igbo man loves money more than his brother. So he can betray his brother because of money. The whole of Nigeria knows that. So when it's time, they try and look for 2 or 3 Igbo men to buy over. If we start investing in our homeland, east and west of the Niger, if we start increasing our population and stop this nonsense, me, my wife, and 2 children, because it will not get us anywhere. Me, my wife, and 2 children. It will never, never get us anywhere. There's something happening also in the southeast. The women are not helping. The majority of the women in the southeast are also part of the problem. They dominate their husbands. They drag them into various religious bodies, and their husbands become stooges. And every little thing their husband does, they will go to their pastor to go and report to their husband. And the pastor becomes the head of the home. Let me tell you, when you decide to marry as a woman, your husband is your second God, not your pastor. Your husband is your second God, and you must respect him. Be faithful to him. Be a friend to your husband. Be a confidant to your husband. Be a shoulder for your husband to lean on. That's what you're supposed to be. The children you have, you must inculcate sound societal values in the children. You must make the children to respect their fathers. Because if they grow up and not respecting their fathers, they will be trans. That is what is happening today in Nigeria, and particularly in the Igbo land. Because the woman takes her own love and takes the love of the husband. So the love of the children goes to the mother. Nothing is left for the father. Is he not a human being? Did God not create him to exist? So the man is unhappy at old age because the woman has taken all the love. She will go to Omugo and forget that the man, somebody will cook. Meanwhile, you don't want the man to marry another wife. And the man in the Igbo land is now like jelly in my plate. The Igbo man is jelly in my plate, wibbling and wobbling, being dragged around by the wife. I want to see the old Igbo man, the strong Igbo man, the male Igbo man, the masculine Igbo man, who when he's coming back from the farm, the wife is anxious. When we were little, our mothers will tell us, "Nna anyị na-anata." You can see, the women so love their husband that they go, "Nna anyị na-anata n'ugbo. Nna anyị na-anata n'ugbo." Everybody will be cooking because the man must eat hot meal. We were happy doing that. I want to see that man that we lost in the Igbo land. That man that is coming and there is sanity everywhere. And we're cleaning everywhere because father is coming back. Because the man is our second God. That's what I want to see. So stop telling me about what is happening to Ikwere or Ndoni or Anioma.
Your Majesty, the people of Anioma, it's here that we're getting your own version about some certain migrations, and because I've gone to people who gave me a version about especially the Eka people being autochthonous people, and that is actually the where the story of Igbo started from. And I have another version about the Okwani, which after this visit in your palace, we are taking the next bus to Kwale, to Abo, in order to get this fact too. So, what do you have to say about this?
Do you see America? People went from England and chased the aboriginals, the indigenous people, the Indians. and took it and called it America. Later, some other Europeans went. Scottish people, German people, Italians. And so America became a melting pot. They didn't call it New Land again because New Land is from England. They called it America to harmonize the complexities, the diversity, to make it one. We are Anioma people. Some of us are proud Igbo people, but we also have our people who have migrated from elsewhere. And rather than the fatherland giving us room to harmonize ourselves, for example, we don't have a state of our own. Anioma does not have a state of our own. Do we not need a state of our own? Over the years, we have been protesting, and they have been bypassing us. The Southeast is short by one state, and they have still not gotten it. You can't be doing something the same way and expect a different result. So if we are doing the wrong thing, then we have to find a way to do the right thing. Then later we can come together as one. We are having the issue of trying to mend our own people here, to fuse ourselves, the differences, and become one. What the fatherland can do is to allow us to flow and become truly one, so we can become the larger one.
Okay, well, having said this, has there been any history of conflicts between the Anioma people?
Well, you have gone to Ika. I'm sure you got a different version. You go to Okwani or Ndokwa, you have a different version. What does it show you? It shows you that the Anioma is not entirely one. And we are trying to be one. And anybody who loves us will help us to become one as a people. In Delta State, we are the only ethnic nationality that is not recognized as an ethnic group by the federal government.
What other ethnic group are you?
Ichakiri is recognized by the federal government as an ethnic group. Isoko that started yesterday, Isoko was part of Urobo Nation. But now Isoko is recognized by the federal government as an ethnic nationality. The Ijaws are recognized as an ethnic nationality. These are the components that make up Delta State. Delta North, we are Anioma are Delta North. Delta Central, Urobo. Delta South, Ijaw, Ichekiri, and Isoko.
Okay, are you by any chance, I mean, promoting an Anioma ethnic identity?
Of course, why not? Is anything wrong with that?
Uh,
The Australians not promote that. The New Zealand not promote that. Is anything wrong with that? The New Zealander will tell you we are migrants from England, right? 80% of the people living, or even 90% in Austria, are Germans.
Okay, is this Anioma? I mean, will it be identified as even when they finally have an ethnic? Is Anioma going for a state of their own or an ethnic identity?
We want both.
Out.
Now you are going off course because we are not located in the southeast. We are located in Delta State, and there are other ethnic nationalities in Delta State, like Ijaw, like others. So your problem in the southeast is not Anioma. Your problem in the southeast is not Indoni. Your problem in the southeast is not Ikwere. Your problem in the southeast is to develop the land of your birth, increase your population, love yourselves. Our problem here is to be able to harmonize our people, invest in our land. That's what we need to do. Okay. So chasing the shadow that you are chasing now will not bring harmony. I'm in the East every time. You like you said, you saw some of my videos. If I'm not part of the East, will I be there?
That is exactly why we are here. Yeah. Because now I am Chukwemeka.
Yes. And my middle name is Onyemechi.
Okay.
And my father's name is Dunkwu.
Okay, now the Namen TV is a platform that we use in promoting a unified Igbos. Some people call it the Bo people, that is the ancient people, which the Aniomas, when we talk about the Aniomas, we have other people who wants a distinct, like you said, the Ukwani, the Ika. Just like I can identify as an Iswama person. I am an Iswama. And we have the Ndokis, we have the Mbise, we have the Eweri people that are mostly related to the Eche and the Ikwere. Now, these are different uh, subgroups in identifying with one identity, the Bo, that is the Asian people. So, the Anioma, where we have the Okpanams, the Ika, I mean, and the entire Oshimili people. Are we going to have a separate, like, but they are still Igbo people, in as much as they have influence of
Are you
other.
going to detach Anioma Oshimili from Eka?
Not at all, at
Are
all.
you going to detach Anioma Oshimili from Undokwa?
Not at all.
Very good. So I am telling you conclusively, it's not subject to analysis. It's not open to interpretation. That the problem we Igbo people have is to go and develop our land. Is not what, because what you're doing is removing us from the real issues facing us, from being marginalized politically, from being marginalized in every possible way in this nation. Those are the issues facing us. We cannot leave the larger issues facing us and be talking about those are trivial issues.
And, we are dedicated to this. This is Unify Igbos now. And
The only way to unify, I am telling you that the first way to unify Igbo people is for Igbo people, whether east or west of the Niger, is to start investing in their home, bring back their home and be relevant.
I mean, we can deny the fact that there are no investments. But what is talking of what? Yeah, there are people who are still citing their companies and
They are not
other.
citing anything, please.